Hey, this is Daniel O'Connor with the Bryant O'Connor Law Firm. Today we're talking about LLCs, and specifically if you own an investment property, should you own it in an LLC? Many of our clients purchase real estate with the hope of using it as a rental or for some other kind of income. When they buy it in their personal name, they're usually just doing that because it's convenient and easy. But many experienced property investment owners realize that they need some protection and need some structure, and a lot of them turn to limited liability companies, which for short we call LLCs. I want to go over 5 of the benefits and the questions that you should ask if you're considering whether or not it's a good idea for you to own your investment properties in your personal name. Here are some of the benefits. 1, LLCs provide structure and organization for your business. Instead of just having property in your personal name, you can separate that and put it in a separate vehicle, a separate entity that has an operating agreement, is recognized by the Secretary of State, and has its own tax ID number. This really separates your business from your person, and that really helps with accounting and a lot of other things. And this overlaps with some of the other reasons why it may be a good idea to use an LLC. Second, and this is probably the biggest selling point, LLCs provide personal liability protection. So if your LLC is liable as the property owner for some kind of damage it causes to someone, if you do everything right, you should be able to limit liability to some third party to the assets in the limited liability company, protecting your personal assets like your home, your checking accounts, your retirement, your income from other sources, protecting those from the liability of the company. A third party creditor would be limited to only the assets that are actually in the LLC. Now there are some caveats, and that's beyond the scope of this video by itself, but just real briefly, and this is for those of you that already have LLCs, you must be consistent in operating your LLC as a business. The first line of defense is always insurance. You're going to hear me say that a lot. Good insurance is better than anything else. And with respect to debts, if it's a loan, lenders are frequently going to still require smaller LLCs, the owners, to sign personal guarantees. If you sign a personal guarantee, it doesn't matter about the limited liability with respect to that debt. So just keep that in mind. Third benefit of an LLC is it provides flexibility in how you file your taxes depending on your situation. Of course, you should consult with your CPA about this, but LLCs can file as a disregarded entity, sort of like a sole proprietorship, if that's the most advantageous for you. If you have multiple members, you can file as a partnership, and in any case, you can file as an S-corp. And so LLCs really give you flexibility on how to do that. The fourth benefit, and this is sort of intangible, but I believe it's real, is having your business in an LLC shows the world that you take your business seriously. You're not just some fly-by-night operation. If you've got your property in LLC, I think that's just a cue to people that your business is taken seriously by you. And the fifth reason I think an LLC is a good way to own your commercial property is if you have it organized properly and you coordinate it with your other planning, you can really facilitate the continuous operation of your business or your rental properties or whatever it is if you die or become incapacitated. Through your operating agreement and your membership agreements, along with your estate planning, you can provide for how your company would be managed if you weren't there, whether it's because you're incapacitated or you die. And it can be a real disaster in some cases when companies or owners don't have their business together. When someone's not able to operate their business, a family can lose a lot of income. So this is another benefit of LLCs. So those are the reasons, and these questions are going to overlap, but these are the questions I want you to ask yourself. Do you want to be seen as a legitimate business? Would you be okay if your home and personal savings and your income going forward were accessible to creditors of your business? Have you talked to your CPA about what would be the most advantageous way to file your income taxes with respect to your business? And what would happen to your investment properties if you die? Or what if you got sick and you just weren't able to manage it? These are the questions you ought to ask. And if you're not comfortable with the answers to these questions with what you've got, maybe you've already got it, maybe you even already have an LLC and you're not sure if you're operating it the right way, it's a good thing to meet with a lawyer, and I'd be happy to do that with you, and at least here in Georgia, and make sure that we're following the right formalities to protect you and your assets. I also recommend everybody have a good CPA, tax advisor. A lot of small businesses get in trouble because they try to skimp on that. So use good professionals, get good advice, and protect your family and make a living with your property. Thank you, and we'll talk to you soon.